Welcome to Math 8 Review, Unit 1A. This is Lesson 3, the Distributive Property. The important thing, after this lesson, you'll be able to use the distributive property to represent an area of a figure. You'll also be able to simplify expressions using the distributive property. For this, they want us to write an expression that represents the area of the shaded region. So that close reading, shaded, I'm just going to mark that here so you see what we're looking for. That means I'll need to find the area of the whole thing and take away the area of the white part. So I'm going to remember that the area of the whole thing would be length times width, minus the area of the small part, which would also be length times width. So I'm going to write this as area of the whole minus area of the part. And the whole is length is 16 minus z, and the width is 5. So I'm going to say length times width, but I'm going to put the width first, so you'll recognize that as a distributive property. The area of the part, we'll do that in red. Its length is z, and its width is still 5. Because it's still that same height over there. So really it's a height the way it's presented. So that's 5 times z, or 5z. So now in order to get your answer, you need to share this 5 and say 5 times 16 gives us 80. I think 5 times 10 plus 5 times 6 in my head, so I don't need to reach for my calculator. 5 times z, keep your sign in the middle, minus 5z, and minus another 5z. So now your area of the shaded region is 80. Now we talked about integers in our last lesson, a minus 5z and a minus 5z. We're going to say that is minus 10z. And that is our answer for the shaded region. Let's look at the second one. So we have this, and I'll remind you the shaded region is right here. So this time we're going to have to take away 2 parts to get that area of the shaded region. So we're going to say the area of the whole minus the area of part 1 minus the area of part 2. Just to remind me. So the area of the whole is this whole length 4x plus 1 and the width 3/4 x. So 3/4 times 4x plus 1. Area of part 1. Let's call this one part 1 and this one part 2. The length and width are right here, x and 3/4. So I'll say minus 3/4 times x. And the part 2, your length would be 2x, and this is still 3/4. So you're going to say minus 3/4 times 2x. And I'm not going to work that out. That's going to be our expression, and we'll simplify down. So let's launch into the next, where we talk about actually doing this work. So here's our first example. Notice we are going to have fractions this year. We are going to have negatives, so we want to be prepared for these numbers. So when you're using the distributive property, you're sharing what's outside the parentheses with what's inside. So you're doing negative 1/3 times 3n, negative 1/3 times 6. So let's see how that manifests. So I've got negative 1/3 times 3n right here, minus negative 1/3 times 6. Now it's important to remember a negative 1/3 times a 3 is just 1. They cancel each other out. So I could put a negative 1 here. And then a negative 1/3 times 6 is 2, but it keeps its sign as negative. So now remember from before, minus a negative is the same thing as a positive. So you're left with negative n minus 2. This one's a little more straightforward. You multiply 5 times negative x and 5 times 3. I love to use my arrows. So 5 times negative x is going to be 5 times negative x right here, which turns into negative 5x. And 5 times 3 gives you 15y. So that's where we stop. So let's do these 3 together. So negative 1 times x, negative 1x, negative 1 times 9, a negative times a positive is a negative, so it's minus 9. 2/3 times negative 3. Now you might be great with fractions and you might need a review. So 2/3 times negative 3z, and then 2/3 times negative 6. So I'll keep minus here, and 2/3 times 6. So just down below, I'll show you in blue, 2/3 times -3/1. Remember the cross canceling? These are the same, top and bottom, so you can cancel them out. So 2 times a -1, these cancel to 1. 2 times -1 is -2/1, which is simply -2. So go back up here, you have a -2z. You probably didn't even need to rewrite that, I just want to show you. And now, let's put our over 1. 3 goes into 3 once. 3 goes into 6 twice. Now you multiply across, -2 times 2 would give you -4/1 or -4. Okay, I'm gonna stop with that and not grab the calculator for the next one. And our last page here is using the distributive property to simplify expressions that are a little bit larger. I'm gonna go straight to 4 and 5 and let you look at that if you need to see some more examples. So it just involves doing 3 arrows. And I suggest you do the arrows when you do the multiplication. So 2 times -3 is -6s. 2 times 1 is 2. And 2 times -5 is -10. Now we'll get to combining like terms in the next lesson, but you have probably done this before, so it's review. So we will change this to -6s, and 2 minus 10 gives you, is the same thing as 2 plus -10, which is a -8 or -8. Here, distribute, so you have your -3/2a, -3/2 times -4. Well, I know a negative times a negative is a positive, and I know that that's the same thing as -3 times -4 gives me +12. 2 times 1 is 2. And I'm instantly going to turn that into 6. So if you have an eraser and you're doing this on your own, you can say, oh, I'm turning that right into a 6. And then our last one, you've got your -3/2 times -2. So again, the signs are the same, so I know it will be positive. And I've got 3/2 times 2a/1 essentially. These cross cancel, so you'll have 3a/1. So I can erase that and say 3a/1, that's the same thing as 3a. All right, that is our review of the distributive property. Thank you for watching.